all. Welcome to another episode of the Cattle USA Daily Podcast. Today, we are bringing back your weekly weather report with Gary Lezak and the Weather 2020 team, where we are going to be talking all things summer. It is, what day is it? It is, I guess, June 18th today when we're recording this, and on Friday, I don't think it's quite officially summer yet. It might be. Heck, Gary and I talked about it last week on the podcast, but I don't remember the date. I think he said it was like June 26th or something. So I don't think it's officially summer yet. So we're talking all things summer and what is happening in the world right now with the weather and what we're going to be seeing going into fall as far as heat waves go and everything else that goes along with that. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this episode with Gary. Happy Wednesday. How are you?
Wednesday. Have you had coffee? Have you gotten your day started?
I have gotten my day started. You're my second podcast of the day, actually.
That is amazing. Wow.
I've been yapping all morning already. I don't have my coffee. I do have my tea though.
Okay.
So, yes. I'm actually not a coffee drinker at home. Like if I'm at home, I'm not big on drinking coffee very often. So I'm more of a tea person. But if I'm going out, I will get a coffee.
Yeah.
All the time.
It's weird. It wakes you up. It gets you some little focus, you know. It's okay.
Yes.
Coffee can be good. But I've learned if you start your day off by drinking a whole bunch of water, it's like energizing. And then you're hydrated. I mean, none of us drink. There you go. We're supposed to drink 8 glasses of water per day. I'll bet you the average person averages 2 or 3. I mean, a Diet Coke doesn't count as water.
Unfortunately, it doesn't. Even though water is an ingredient in it, it does not count. Your body does not absorb it the same way. So, no, I drink an entire 32-ounce thing of water before in the first hour or two of my day.
Wow.
Which absolutely, it does energize you. Especially, it is amazing, especially if you put some electrolyte stuff in there, or if you put, I'm not talking like the sugary stuff, I'm talking like some high quality Celtic sea salt in there and some other stuff.
Purified clean water is good. Whatever. So next week I am on 2 more weeks at KSHB. That's it. 2 more weeks. And next week I'm just decided right now talking to you, I'm going to just drink water when I get up at 2 in the morning and see if I, not just a little bit, really hydrate myself.
Yes.
At 2 to 3 in the morning when the show starts at 3:30 my time, I will see if it works. If it doesn't, I'll go back to coffee.
I love it. That sounds great. It is actually recommended. Fun fact. My husband and I are into all of the health things. You're actually not supposed to drink any caffeine within 90 minutes of waking. So try at the very least to wait 90 minutes until you drink your morning coffee after you wake up.
Okay, there you go. There's my
something. It's with your body's absorption of caffeine and actually it being effective that's why you need to wait the 90 minutes is your body's ability to digest it and the effectiveness of it. And my husband could tell you a lot more on it because he's the one that actually drinks coffee in the mornings, but it is recommended that you wait 90 minutes. So
yeah, I'm going to do that. I get up at about 2. The show starts at 3:30, but I'm going to wait. I'm literally going to do water only from 2 to 6 in the morning while I'm on the air. And then next week when we talk, I'll report back to you.
I love it. That sounds like a great plan to me. We love a little independent trial. I'm here for it. Awesome. How's life been? How's life in Colorado?
Life is good. We've had some rain and thunderstorms yesterday. It hailed. It was exciting.
We did too.
It's good. I got a nephew of mine driving across the country with his family. He's moving to Montreal, so I can't wait to see them here in about an hour. And so, that's exciting. And otherwise, I got another friend in town. When you live in Colorado, people coming to visit. So I got a dinner tonight, and so I might have a couple martinis.
Busy.
I don't know, maybe.
I wouldn't judge you one bit. We went out last night for our weekly date night, and we actually brought my friend Allie with us because her boyfriend is out of town and she's alone, and we were like, come out to dinner with us. And we went to the movies, and then we went and got dinner, and I got my frozen gin and tonic that is so good. I've never had a frozen gin and tonic until this new place opened up here in Manhattan. If you haven't had one before, it's great. Delicious. But normally I'm a martini girl, so I wouldn't blame you for getting some martinis.
Oh my gosh.
Hydrate. Go chug some water, and then you can drink all the martinis you want. Yeah. Well, what's happening in the weather, Gary?
A lot. This past week has been fascinating. Kansas City region has been really, really weird. I'll tell you about that in a second. But overall, there have been thunderstorm complexes, one after another up across North Dakota into Minnesota, some tornadoes up there in Minnesota. And then across Kansas, there was a lot of rain across Nebraska and Kansas, but there's a big hole that got nothing, and it was Kansas City. And so that's where I'm broadcasting. There's been a study that most difficult place in the world to predict the weather is Kansas City. Did you know that?
I did not know that. That's crazy.
It is true for big cities in the United States. Rapid City, South Dakota also is close, but Kansas City is the most difficult place to forecast in the world. For various reasons. Kansas City is often near the rain-snow line, whereas Omaha, Nebraska, it's either snow or it doesn't snow, usually. In Kansas City, it's like snow or it doesn't snow, combined with the rain-snow line there, so it might snow, it might rain, it might not snow, it might not rain. I mean, the Gulf of Mexico is due south of Kansas City, so the moisture meets the dry air from western Kansas right near Kansas City and St. Louis and Chicago and in areas off to the east. Thunderstorms are forming near Kansas City, and now we can predict them. For Kansas City, it's like, are they going to form before this goes by or not? So that's another reason why. But what just happened, literally, Kansas City had no rain for the last 5 days. And there have been 5 or 6 complexes of thunderstorms that have been heading that way, moving towards them, and it goes all around them. So Kansas City ends up with 0.00 rain. And yesterday we were predicting 1 to 2 inches of rain, and I was certain of it. But instead it went to Wichita. Wichita had 5 rounds of thunderstorms. 2 or 3 of them were Kansas City's, so they stole our rain down in Wichita. And I don't like that. Between Wichita, Hutchinson, and 1 foot, 12 inches of rain has fallen in the past 5 days. Northern Oklahoma, southern Kansas, 6 to 8 inches of rain around Wichita down into Tulsa, Oklahoma. All that rain, it's going to be lush and green going into summer. It's going to be high humidity. But Kansas City is left high and dry, and now there's 7 days of heat coming in. So there's going to be some corn and soybean fields, and I'm going to start hearing from farmers in Missouri, Gary, you said it was going to rain. I go, I was right for everywhere but you. But So everything's right on schedule. This storm's crossing Kansas while we're talking, and there may be thunderstorms near Kansas City today. Maybe they get hit today. We'll see. I doubt it, of course. But it is the blizzard part of the pattern. This storm coming across right now is literally, I can trace it back to January 5th. Remember, it's a 41-day cycle. While we're recording this, it's June 18th. And while we're recording this, June 18th, this happens to be 164 days after January 5th. 164 divided by 4 is 41. I've been telling you, we've been talking about a 41-day cycle. You can't make this up. January 5th's blizzard and the storm that just crossed Kansas. Yeah, but it missed Kansas City. They had 11 inches, they had a blizzard, and then they got nothing. How can you say it's the blizzard? There was nothing. Well, there was a foot of snow in Wichita from the same storm. So anyway, I'm making up voices now.
I'm here for it. I love it.
That's what just happened.
Yes, my family's ranch is just north of Lawrence, about 30 minutes. And so we're obviously just west of Kansas City, about 35 minutes too. And so we're always so hit and miss. We either get exactly what Kansas City is getting, or we are like the people that are on the edge, where it like either cuts north or it cuts south, missing Kansas City too. And then I always joke that Manhattan, where I live right now, we're in a valley, and we call it the Manhattan Hole, because all the time we have storms just cut right north of us or right south of us, because we also have a lake right near Manhattan too. And so all of the currents and everything just make all the storms go right around it. Like, we think we're going to get absolutely slammed. Nope, it went south. Nope, it went north. So it's been my entire life kind of dealing with that of you think that you're going to get rain and then you get nothing.
That's a complete old wives' tale myth that is not true. That does not really happen. Nope.
Okay.
It doesn't. It's absolutely, I'm
The
telling you,
more you know.
the Manhattan Hole, the Manhattan Valley, the Manhattan Hole effect, the Tonganoxie split, the Norman Pit effect down in Norman, Oklahoma. Well, I mean, no matter where you live, thunderstorms will tend to split around you. So believe it or not, it's just a myth. You get
Okay.
hit by thunderstorms, you've been deluged before you've had flooding, so you don't always get missed. Let's just make that.
No, we don't always get missed. We don't always get missed.
But I know what you
Okay.
mean. Especially if you
Yes.
really want the rain, it's going to miss you.
Exactly. We have to be in a constant state of it'd be okay if we don't get the rain, and then we'll get it. It's fine. We can't want
I
it too
know. I
bad.
just wanted to spell that myth. Just because you're in that.
No, you have to.
I've driven into Manhattan a few times, and I love dropping into the Manhattan little valley there. But that is not causing the rain to miss you. It's okay.
Well, that's good to know, because that is an old wives' tale that I subscribed to and didn't even know it was an old wives' tale. So
I can prove
more
you
you know.
wrong. It's okay. I can prove it wrong. I can prove it wrong, but some years it's wetter than others, and right now
That's very true.
we're doing just fine on moisture, but it's close to being not enough.
Yes, absolutely, for sure. What are we looking at for summer predictions? Thoughts on the next few weeks, the next few months? What are we seeing?
In the next week, making headlines will likely be a heat wave that develops east of the Corn Belt over the eastern United States. The heights are rising and a big heat dome is trying to form, so temperatures will be rising. This will also include a windy warm up for Kansas and Nebraska and areas of the Corn Belt as well. And from eastern Colorado all the way to St. Louis, there's going to be a south to southwest breeze blowing at 20 to 30 miles per hour. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday is coming up. So right now through the weekend into early next week. Unfortunately, it's not going to last more than 4 days here, but that breeze and wind is going to dry things out. We're going to need some rain. The outlook from the models for the next 10 days after that are for a return of 1 to 3 inch rainfall amounts across all of Nebraska and Kansas, except for the hole around Kansas City. Literally, I'm not making the latest data has a hole around Kansas City. So it knows about the LRC. These models must know, because that fits for it to happen again. Now, that just means there's going to be 3 or 4 new complexes of thunderstorms that will move from northwest to southeast across Nebraska and Kansas, probably head towards Wichita again, but one of them may hit, northern Kansas, may hit the pit effect and the valley effect in Manhattan and hit Kansas City. But we're going to need that because the pressure is going to be on, because things are going to be drying out in the next week. For July, that heat dome that forms over the east is going to shift back to the southwest United States. Then it's going to move back out over the plains. We're going to be able to track where this heat develops. We still don't see any long summer-long heat wave. No, that would be in 1980 there was one, in 1988 there was one, in 2012 there was one. We're not expecting any bad long heat wave over the entire area. There's been so much rain, the humidity is going to be higher. It's going to probably prevent that from happening. But there will be some hot spells, including the one that's developing in the next few days.
Good to know on all of that. And we're still anticipating that hot spell to hit us in July, kind of right on schedule. I'm assuming probably in 41 days, give or take 5 days. If we're getting a hot spell next week, then we get one in 41 days. Is that how that works?
Yeah, you've got it.
I've got it.
That's
I've
the
got
LRC. This heat that's building up now. So you have June, the first day of summer, is the first day of real heat coming in and wind.
Mm-hmm.
June 20th to June 25th, June 20th to June 30th. You had 41 days there. That's the first week of August, probably.
Okay.
So 30 days from June 20th is July 20th. So 41 days would be July 31st. So that means it'd probably be cool at the last week of July, cooler than average, and then heat up, because that's what we just went through. Something to look forward to. In the Global Predictor, if you have that app, it shows that. It shows cooler in the last week of July.
Good to know. Awesome. We'll take all the cool spells we can get in the middle of summer.
Yeah, let's hope they get it. What happens, the jet stream gets weaker, and we've talked about it in response to the summer heat building up, and it shifts north. So the cold fronts have a harder time pushing south of Nebraska. So can they make it down south all the way to Texas? If they do, then you have a chance of thunderstorms as they move through. If they stall, then those thunderstorms stay in northern Nebraska, northern Iowa, and it's hot. So we got to look for something like that. On the lookout for that in our next report.
Awesome. Love to hear it. Any other highs or lows in the weather right now? Any other things that we need to hit on? How's hurricane season looking? Anything else that you're seeing that we need to talk about?
Yeah, hurricane season is starting out a little slow. The average number of named tropical storms by the end of June is 1. There hasn't been one yet, though. So the next 10 days, let's see if 1 develops. Otherwise, we're going to start lagging behind average. And, our prediction for weather 2020 is for above average season. 14 named storms is average. We're predicting 17 to 23. And so we'll see what happens. If there isn't one, there's a reason why there isn't one. And we'll talk about that. There's been Saharan dust. It's a big thing. Saharan dust that comes across from the desert storms and it goes across Africa and over across the Atlantic and it becomes expansive. That can reduce hurricanes. And then the fire smoke from Canada fires can reduce hurricanes. But right now, that seems to be clearing up. So we're expecting one to develop. Maybe by the next time we talk, we'll start seeing some possible development.
Very good to know. It's crazy how something that's happening halfway across the world can affect us so much over here as well. So
the Saharan dust, when it goes up in the atmosphere, it often lands in the Amazon rainforest in South America.
Wow.
You can trace Saharan dust to being on their ground.
That is really cool. The more you know. That's so fun. I love it. Well, Gary, thank you so much for your time today and coming on as always. To all of you listeners out there, go check out our show notes, get that weather predictor app, the global predictor, get the weather 2020 dashboard, get all of it because trust me, it will be worth it for fall harvesting, looking out just whether you want to predict when you need to be looking at heat waves for the summer or whether you need to be getting your planting and harvesting and everything figured out for the fall. You're going to want it. So go check out our exclusive link that we have down below where we get an exclusive discount as a partner with Weather 2020. So make sure you go check that out. Check out the show notes. And as always, like, subscribe, rate, review, share with a friend. We appreciate it all over here at the team. And we will see you all next time on another episode. Have a great Friday, y'all. We'll see you later.